guys, I'm Brianna, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing my December wrap up and I read 9 books this month. I think 9 physical books and a whole bunch of ebooks. So I'm gonna list out my ebooks because I feel like you guys should know what I'm reading ebook wise, and it's a lot. So I read the Pucked series by Helena Hunting, which has 6 books. 5 of them are actual books, and the 6th one is the novella. They are a hockey new adult romance. Then I read the Off-Campus series by Elle Kennedy, which was a reread for me. They have 4 books, and Elle Kennedy is coming out with a spinoff. The Briar Hockey series, which is coming out in 2018, and those are about the younger guys on the team that come into college when the older guys that are in these books are leaving. So I'm very excited to see that, and they're about hockey, the Off-Campus series, but I absolutely love them, so we'll see. The next series I read is the Taking Shots series by Cindy Manson. This has 4 books, and the first 3 were rereads, and the 4th one I just read. They are also about hockey. See the trend this month. The next series I read was the Game On series by Kristen Callahan. They have 4 books and they are football books. Absolutely love them, and they are a combination of, the first book is a college book and the next 3 I believe are NFL, like they're in the NFL already. Then I read the How to Date a Douchebag series, the 2nd book of the series, which is The Failing Hours by Sarah Ney. The only reason I read this was because I read the first one and the 3rd one, and the 4th one is coming out, I think maybe January or sometime soon. I definitely know it's coming out sometime soon. But Sarah Ney is an amazing author, and I didn't really know that she was, but this is a wrestling series, which I thought was pretty awesome. And the last ebook I read was the Team Player Anthology, which is a whole bunch of sports books by different authors, and it went from baseball to hockey to MMA, and I thought it was really interesting, that mashup. Okay, now getting to the physical books I read P.S. I Like You by Casey West. This was a reread for me. I don't know why I read it. I think because I read so many Sarah J. Maas books that I needed a breakup between books. So I read, that sounded bad. Not a breakup because I love those books, but I need to break up the book series. But I love this book. It was a solid 4 for me, and it was just cute to see just a book about music. I definitely recommend this, and this is one of Casey West's better books, I believe. In my opinion. The next book I read was Kissing Max Holden by Katie Upperman. I hated this book. It was horrible. I think I gave it a 2 or a 3 because I was being nice, but I hated the characters. They were just annoying, and I just didn't like it. I don't think this book had any substance behind it at all. I sound so mean right now, but I just really didn't enjoy it at all, and I've been finding that a lot with the what is this? Swoon reads. I feel like they haven't been having good books, or maybe it's the authors they sign on, but I do know there's 2 books. One of them is about a high school quarterback, I know that, and there's another one maybe about surfing that are coming out in 2018 that I 100% want to read, so I want to see if those books are better, and maybe it's just the authors, but I didn't like this. I don't think Katie Upperman just did a good job with her writing. I didn't like the writing at all, and yeah, it just kind of bored me, so this was a big no this month. The next 2 books for me I read towards the beginning of December, and that's Wicked and Torn by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the 1st and 2nd book of her Wicked series. They follow Ivy, who is a fae hunter, and she lives down in New Orleans, and she basically hunts fae at night, and I thought it was interesting because New Orleans, to me, always fascinated me. I just like that atmosphere and the culture that they have, and I thought it was really cool, the voodoo witch vibe they were giving out. But just the aspect of this, and just Ivy was awesome. It kind of gave me not really Shadowhunters, but kind of Shadowhunters, 5%-ish, how they had the order and everything and no one else knew about them. But I thought it was really good, And I feel like Jennifer L. Armentrout never lets me down. Her books are always a 4 or 5 for me. So I'm planning to read Brave in January, so you'll see my January TBR up soon. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed these books. And the next set of books are the Sarah J. Maas books. So they're heavy, so we're gonna do it. I read Assassin's Blade, which I actually read, this is like, I've read this book so many times. This has to be like my 5th or 6th time rereading it. And yeah, this is such an old copy of it, but I may have to upgrade it soon. I really want the hardcover, but we'll see what's happening. But I love this. I love Selena and just everything that happens. My one complaint with this whole book series is I wish books like 1 and 2 kind of were different, because it kind of, those books set you up to believe the series is going in one direction and it ends up going in a different direction, and I didn't really like that because I was going into the book expecting one thing and I didn't get that. So that was my one complaint, and if you guys have read the book series, you know what I'm talking about. But I just love this one just because it doesn't feel like a book of novellas, because it's very continuous and it keeps going. But Sam in this book, I love Sam, and I needed Sam in the other books, but I guess not. But Sam, man, I love him. Then the next one is Air of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. This is book 3. The first time I read this, I actually didn't like it because of the reason I said before. But after I read it, I think this is my 3rd time rereading it, and I kind of just went through it and took my time and actually read it. I really did like this book because you saw a lot more to Selena, I guess, who's now Aelin, and you just saw like her grow, and just Rowan in this book. Oh, Rowan gives me all the feels all the time. But this book I did like, and I didn't have any complaints about it because of that. So yeah, but that's a big book, guys. And I read all the Sarah J. Maas books in a week. Like a week. That's like close to 700 pages times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 5. So you guys do the math. That's a lot of pages. The 4th book was Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. This I actually got signed when I went to meet her. I don't know if I ever showed you guys, but that's her signature. And that's Sasha Alsberg's signature. She writes Zenith, but she moderated the panel, so I had her sign my book. And I met her in 2014, so that was a while ago when this book came out. But this book has to be one of my favorites. I think Empire of Storms has a beat, but this one I absolutely loved. Just all the characters coming together, but this ending is like, kills me. But I think that's literally every Sarah J. Maas book. The ending kills you. But I love this book, and yeah, the cover is gorgeous. But if you guys haven't noticed, if you have read the book, the front is kind of supposed to be Selena, and the back is supposed to be Aelin. So it's kind of supposed to be like the 2 sides of who she is, which I thought was really cool. The next one I read is Empire of Storms, which is the 5th book, and this one I think is my favorite. Just all the characters, there's so much character development, and that ending, the ending, like, killed me. I wanted to die in a hole because of that ending. But it was just so good, and to see like Lysandra and Aedion and Aelin and Rowan and Dorian and Manon and all of them just together, fighting together, I love this book. And it is actually really big. The pages are just thinner. I think this is one of the longest books, I think. But this also was a special edition, so like it has the special art prints. Like that's Selena, that is Manon, and the back has Rowan and Dorian. So I thought that was really interesting. But yeah. And then the last book that I read was Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. This is the Kale novella that takes place at the same time of Empire Storms. So in this book, you do get check-ins on what part of this book they're on. So like in this book, you hear that, this is like a spoiler, guys. So if you haven't read these 2 books, skip until the end. But spoiler warning, this book, they check in on when the Ardlyn Castle was taken over by Erwin. So that happens at some point in this book, and they check in at the end when Maeve attacks with her armada, and that's like the ending of this book. Close to the ending, like within the last 100 pages is this. So I did like how this book, you got to see Empire Storms, but I do have a book review of everything, so I don't want to really tell you anything what happened, but I think I gave pretty much all these books a 5 or at least a 4. But I love this series. I do like the Akotar series more, which is her other trilogy. I do like that one more, but I do like enjoy this one. This one's like one of my second favorites. So yeah, I do have a whole book it's not really a review, it's like a book talk on it, but yeah. So you can see this month was a fantasy month, which helped me a lot because I kind of got out of my mini book slump. I was reading a lot of the same books. So yeah, but that's pretty much it. I'm super excited for next month, and we'll see, because I don't think I have I don't have another break until February, and that break is literally all college visits for me. So if you guys want to know what I'm doing the next couple months in 2018, ask me some questions down below. But that's it, guys. Hope you guys love this video, and be sure to subscribe. Yeah, bye!